Will your Roth IRA distribution be tax-free? Well, if you are unsure about this particular question, you're certainly in the right place today, as we are going to provide you with a step-by-step guide to let you know when or if your Roth distributions are going to be tax-free in our financial freedom video, so stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, certified financial planner and president and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. We want to welcome you back to our channel. Well, Carson, today you're going to be answering a big question that many people ask, and that is, will their Roth IRA distribution be tax-free?
You know, Andrew, this is a big question because we all realize, maybe some of us, maybe not everybody, but many of us out there realize that having tax-free income in retirement is a great retirement strategy, and a Roth IRA can certainly provide you with those type of distributions. But the question is, will your Roth distributions always be tax-free? Well, we're going to break that down in today's financial freedom video and talk about everything you need to know about the taxation on your Roth distributions. But before we get into that, there are always two rules that we like to give you regarding retirement income. And Andrew, what are those two rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our lesson today to talk about if your Roth distributions will be tax-free.
All right, Carson, could you start with the basics on how a Roth IRA works?
Sure. A Roth IRA basically works like this, Andrea. You put money in after tax, and those contributions can grow tax-free. And on the back end, if you follow certain rules, the distributions from that Roth IRA will come to you tax-free as well. Now, when we're talking about a Roth distribution, it basically means that you can be taking money out of that Roth IRA, which could be the original amount of dollars that you put in, or it can also be the actual growth on the Roth IRA contributions, or it can also be a combination of both. But the big question that we're tackling today, Andrea, is will those Roth distributions be tax-free, or when will they be taxable? Well, today we're definitely going to be providing you with a step-by-step guide that's going to help you answer those questions. Now, as always, I want to encourage each of you to stay to the end because I'm going to be providing you a very valuable tip that will let you know how your Roth distributions will always be tax-free. So now let's go ahead and transition to our teaching slides so we can elaborate on this topic more. So today we are talking about how your Roth IRA distributions can be tax-free. And as I mentioned, we are going to be providing you with a step-by-step guide to let you know how those distributions can remain tax-free, because that's really the ultimate goal of actually doing a Roth conversion or putting money inside of a Roth IRA. So like I mentioned, here's the steps that you're going to want to take to make sure that your Roth distributions will be tax-free. The first question that you want to ask yourself is, will the distributions that you are going to be receiving is going to exceed the contributions that you've put in so far? Now, if the answer to this question is yes, then you do want to move on to the next question, which is, are you above the age of 59 and a half? Are you disabled? Or are you a qualified first-time home buyer? Now, if the answer to this question is also yes, you can continue to move on. And the next question that you're going to want to ask is, will the distribution that you're going to take from this Roth IRA, will that occur within 5 tax years of your first contribution or Roth conversion? Is it within 5 years? That is a big question that you have to answer. Now, if the answer to this question is yes, we have to talk about it a bit. In this particular situation, if the answer to that last question was yes, will your Roth distribution be taxed? I will have to say that I'm sorry to announce that if you answered yes to all of those questions that we gave you in the prior slide, your earnings are subject to income taxation, but there's a bit of good news. You don't have to pay that 10% penalty. So if you're over the age of 59 and a half, if you're a qualified first-time home buyer, or if you're disabled, if you fall in one of those conditions, you wouldn't have a 10% penalty on those distributions, but the earnings only would be subject to income tax. Now I want to take you through the steps of showing you how those distributions will never be taxed. So let's start here again. Will the distributions exceed your contributions? Yes, just like before. Are you above the age of 59 and a half? Or if you're disabled or first-time home buyer, if the answer to that question is also yes, just like before, you're in good shape. Now, here's the question that you're going to want to really pay attention to here. Will the distributions occur within 5 tax years of your first Roth contribution or Roth conversion? Now, let's say the answer to that question is no instead of yes. Well, in that particular situation, the distributions of your earnings is not only tax-free, but there's also no penalty for taking those Roth distributions. Of course, this would be welcome news for those of you who are actually following these steps to understand how you can make sure that your Roth distributions will completely be tax-free and penalty-free. Now, as I mentioned to you, I wanted to provide you with one distribution tip to let you know how any of your Roth distributions will always be tax-free. And that question would be, will the distributions exceed your contributions? Will your distributions exceed what you've put into that Roth IRA? If the answer to that question is no, distributions of contributions will never be taxed and always be penalty free. So just keep that in mind. Money that you put into your Roth IRA can always be extracted out of the Roth IRA without any taxation or penalties. It's only the earnings that you have to be concerned with.
All right, Carson, so what's the moral of this video?
Well, Andrea, as always, the moral of this video is to make sure that you subscribe to this channel so you can stay educated on all the rules as it pertains to your financial security. And when it comes to knowing if your Roth distributions will be taxable or not, it is always going to be important for you to seek out professional financial advice from a certified financial planner who can help you with these types of decisions.
After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for an independent fiduciary advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.